Hi guys, it's Levi from the Feature Maker Lab, and today we're going to learn how to change the oil in a car. Now you may have seen in our last video that I was in, we had a little kind of incident. Bailey actually lit his car on fire right here.
Rick, we're on fire. Go get a fire extinguisher.
He's going to redeem himself today, and he's going to be the one doing the oil change. I'm going to walk him through it. So Bailey, where's he at? Hi, hey, ready? So now let's talk about what we need to change our oil. So we have our safety gloves right here to keep oil from getting on our hands. Safety glasses, I would highly recommend wearing those. You're gonna want your owner's manual for your car. Some of you guys won't have a physical owner's manual, so you'll need to go online and find the online PDF version. It should be free. If not, you can buy them very, very cheap. That's gonna tell you the type of oil that you need in your car. Mine is gonna take 5W20, so I went and I bought that. You're gonna want an old oil container that you can put the used motor oil in. If you don't have an old oil container, you can find something else. You're gonna want a funnel, an oil pan. You can find these at any auto part store. And then this is an oil filter puller. You'll want one of these that's gonna fit the oil filter that goes in your car. We're not actually gonna change the oil filter today because you only need to change it every other oil change, but we're gonna show you how to do that. And then finally, we need a socket set or some wrenches that are gonna help us take the drain plug out. I think these came from Walmart. You can get them fairly affordably. So next you're going to want to locate the oil drain plug on your make and model. It should be either online or in your owner's manual. Bailey, can you point at our oil drain plug in this truck?
It's right here.
Awesome. Yep. So next, you're going to want to look and find the socket or wrench that's going to fit that oil drain plug. Okay, while Bailey's figuring that out, let's talk about something really important for the future. So, jobs like this, just like changing the oil in a car, are in a massive demand right now. There are not very many people going out and getting certified in it and not working in it. A lot of them are retiring. There is a massive need for people to do jobs just like this. They make quite a bit of money, and you'd actually be surprised how fun some of them can be. If you're interested in doing something like this, go ahead and check out your local technical college, or you can take a look at WSU Tech here in our area and check them out.
Here we go.
And what size is this one?
16.
16 millimeter. Okay, so next, this is very, very important. Make 100% sure that your oil is cool. And what I mean by that is that your truck or your car has been sitting for quite a long time before you do this, because that oil in your engine, its job is to lubricate your engine and keep it cool. Now what that means is if you take your car and you drive it straight up to your driveway after you've driven around town for a while, and you take the oil out, you are gonna burn yourself something awesome. I've done it before. It's not super fun. So you wanna wait a couple hours and then do this job. Once we've made sure that it's cool, you're gonna take your oil pan, put it directly below that oil drain plug, because as soon as we take that out, this is where the oil is gonna spill. Now, if you look in these, you're gonna notice there's two little screws in this one. We need to make sure that those are loose so that everything can actually drain into the pan and not just sit on top. Okay, so now we're ready to take the oil out. Bailey, go ahead and put the socket on top of the oil drain plug. Okay, now make sure it fits nice and firm. It's not gonna wiggle back and forth. These drain plugs are actually a little bit softer than normal bolts because they're designed to strip instead of the car stripping out. So you wanna make absolutely sure you're using the right tool or else you will damage it. Okay, so which way do you turn to loosen things?
Left.
Left. So you're gonna turn counterclockwise. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You can start it with your fingers. Just keep going. All right, so that oil is gonna come out. See, that oil is black. It is not black when it goes in. When it's black, it means it needs changed. So while we're here, there's different intervals that you should change your oil at. If you're using conventional motor oil, probably about 3,000 to 5,000 miles is when you need to do it. Synthetic motor oil can go a little bit longer. They claim up to 10,000. I would say about 6,000 or 7,000. Your oil filter can usually go 10 to 15,000, so I would recommend changing it every other oil change. We're gonna show you that here in a second. Okay, so it would be at this point in time that you would normally want to change the oil filter, and that's gonna be this thing right here. It's gonna look like a cylinder. It's gonna be in a different place on everybody's car, so again, check the internet or check your owner's manual. Now, the way that you actually take this out is you're gonna grab that oil filter puller that I was talking about earlier. The way this works, this side right here actually attaches to the bottom of it, and this side goes into a socket set and you can twist it loose. So you would stick it on there just like that. You'd stick it on there just like that, you would go, remember lefty-loosey, you would go all the way till it's off, pull it off, take the new oil filter, put it on, righty-tighty until it's all the way in. You do not want to over-tighten those, just make sure they're snug. So now that our oil's done dripping, Bailey, go ahead and put that oil drain plug back in. Alright, so just make sure it's finger tight, and then you're going to go ahead and grab your socket set again. Make sure to switch it so that you can tighten things. You do not want to over-tighten those, but make sure that it's on there snug and isn't going to come off. Okay, so now that we have our dirty oil, we're going to go to our nearest lake. Okay guys, that's a joke. Please don't do any of that. It makes us all look bad and it's going to pollute for generations and generations. What you're going to actually want to do is you're going to dump this into an old oil container and you're going to take it to either an auto parts store or sometimes your local landfill will have an area specifically for getting rid of used motor oil. Okay, so I found it right here. I have the 2.3 liter engine and I need 4 quarts of oil. So next we're going to pop the hood. My latch is right there. You're going to come around the front. You might have to fiddle with it. There's a little lever underneath here. You pull up. And then you're going to take that little rod right there and stick it up in one of those holes. Okay, so now that we have our hood up, we need to find where we put our oil back in. On this truck, it's going to be right there. You'll see a little oil indicator. And in this case, I actually have 5W20 written on my oil cap. We just go ahead and take this off. And we set it to the side. Okay, so the oil that I'm going to be putting into it is Valvoline. Now, to my grandpa who's watching this from the great big pickup truck in the sky, I know that Quaker State is better. This is all they had at O'Reilly's. We can fight about it when I get there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our funnel in that hole. Nope. So we're going to go ahead and put the oil in this hole that the cap came out of. This is a 5-quart container of oil. So you're going to want to pour into your oil level, which is right there right now, is all the way down at the number 1. That's when you know you have the right amount. So go ahead and start slowly pouring oil in. Make sure you don't drip it, so you're gonna have to, there you go. So you guys will notice, that's a very different color than the stuff that we just pulled out. This is clean oil. Your engine likes this. Likes it a lot. All right. So we've got 4 quarts of oil in our truck. So next we're going to pull the funnel out, stick the oil cap back on, and we've just changed the oil in our truck. So that's how to change the oil in your car. It's really not that hard, only takes a couple minutes. You can save some money doing it, and it's an awesome skill to have. If you enjoyed this video or know somebody that might need to know how to do this, go ahead and send it to them. We're a really small YouTube channel. We're just getting off the ground. We could really use your help and support getting the word out there. Also, if you want to learn more about the Feature Maker Lab and what we do, you can check us out at www.featuremakerlab.com. See you next time. Planes never fly over until we film. So next you're going to want to locate the socket that's actually going to fit the part right there. This one should be a 15 millimeter.
It's not fitting.
Too small?
Yeah.
Okay, try 16 millimeters.